Hey everyone, I'm Lamont Gilchrist. www.lgfitnessmessiah.com is my webpage. Lamont Gilchrist, Lifetime Natural Pro Bodybuilder on Facebook. Lamont Gilchrist on Instagram, all one word. So we've been talking about nutrition. Now, nutrition is a big part, and I've been talking mainly because I am a personal trainer. We're talking about the function of nutrition as far as building lean muscle, as far as health, as far as losing body fat, as far as like getting in shape. But there's another aspect of nutrition that shouldn't be overlooked that is very important, and I think it would help a lot of people to kind of get a brief understanding of this aspect of nutrition that I dive into and that I look into, research, and it's a vast field because it has something to do with psychology. Nutrition is also brain food. They also, inside the brain, glucose is the energy, but you also in your central nervous system and peripheral nervous system produce certain neurotransmitters. And I always talk about neurotransmitters being fried or not being able to perform. So I'm going to go back and kind of explain it this way, which kind of will probably make a little bit more sense. They are inhibitors, like neural gases, that they use on people to stop them from their muscles from firing off or stop brain neurotransmitter acetylcholine being trapped inside the muscle so that you can't move, that actually paralyze you or actually allows you not to be able to function musculature or fire off muscles or respond. That is very important, especially in bodybuilding, lifting weights, performing, or getting in shape in athletics. Because if you know those particular things, then there are things that actually fire off that have you fire off muscle and responds like acetylcholine as it goes through and across the receptor sites to actually produce energy in the curb system, ATP, and the firing off, and all the other things that are going on, which is a big process that you have to understand. But they also affect brain function. They also affect the neurotransmitters that come from the brain. So there are some amino acids, and that's why I always, when I put up together my meal plans, I always try to make complete proteins and make sure that people are getting complete proteins so that you're getting all the essential and non-essential amino acids, or the essential amino acids at least. Trypsin is a big one if you understand, and it's usually in protein supplementation and stuff like that. It changes into L-dope, which actually changes into dopamine, which actually changes into adrenaline, which is all forms of energies and transmitters that's going into the body. Tryptophan is another one, which turns into a serotonin, which is relaxing. You look at glutamine and NADS or GABA. They actually act as opiates, which helps to deal with pain inside the body. So as you can see, the importance of all these particular amino acids and eating glutamine, which actually helps to do with long-term memory. They're actually a peptide, a two-protein bond that actually function in the brain. That actually helps to do with the regulation of long-term memory, the abundance of, and also in the skeletal muscle. So you can see the importance in getting all the essential amino acids and eating on a particular plant. I don't care if you're a vegan. I don't care if you're a meat eater. I don't care if you're a bodybuilder, a crossfitter, a yoga, or whatever. For brain function, a lot of these things that happen inside our bodies, from sicknesses and bacterials and being ill and depression and all these things, can be regulated. I know there's drugs that actually skip these steps and are inhibitors and other things and stuff like that that pharmaceutical companies recommend that actually causes a chemical reaction from, like, if you're taking an opioid, like opium or something else like that, that is not necessarily a food, but can be broken down and will break down into the mind to give you the same effects as what you can get if you take the food, the amino acids, glutamine and GABA and all those other things that come from the aminoids if you're getting complete proteins. These help with recovery time. These help with building lean muscle. This helps with developing the young brain or old brain. It can help with Alzheimer's. All these particular nutritional avenues and stuff exist and the human body is so complex that all these different chemical reactions not only help me to go harder, live stronger, push more weight, have more neurotransmitters firing off, recover, build my body, feel good, live good, sleep good. They also are very important for mental health on a psychological as well as a physical aspect. So when I say mind, body, and soul, which is, what you feel the outer appearance or the wholeness of the universe and everything else that's going on, regardless of what religion you are, I really do mean food is mind, body, and soul. So when you have an understanding of these different chemical reactions, these different dopamines, these different amino acids, different gases like nitrous oxide, carbon dioxide that don't have to act on a receptor site that gives you vascular to push things and forces issues, oxygen. I use breathing techniques when I get up in the morning to increase my oxygen intake, to push out my lung capacity, to keep the acidity levels down in my body. I use them before I go to sleep at night to actually help with overall stimulating with depression or any other types of mental things that could be going on just from a lack of not taking full breaths or not having a breathing pattern. I use it when I lift as a fuel source because I know the gases actually play an important part as far as lactic acid not building up, as far as acetylcholine not being trapped, as far as the curb system, as far as carbon dioxide being expelled. So this is, I'm truly a scientist when it comes to this. This is what I do. And the field is not fully discovered, especially when you start talking about the mental aspect. They talk about willpower, intestinal fortitude, and all these other things. But a lot of that stuff are chemical reactions. You know what I'm saying? Love can be a chemical reaction. You know what I'm saying? Addiction is a chemical reaction brought on by different things and foods and stuff like that. So we as human beings are chemical reactions. The energy that's going around and flowing in the world is chemical reactions, gases, atoms, carbon, oxygen. So if you start looking at the big picture of our existence, the big picture of wholeness and oneness with the universe, with yourself, with your spirit, with your most high, no matter who it is that you, or what spirituality it is that you believe in, you can see the bigger picture and how nutrition and food and proper intake of certain amino acids and foods and different things play a big role in everything, not just in the exercising, not just in the looking good, but in the feeling good, having mental health, spiritual health, and physical health. So I hope this little introduction about getting complete proteins and eating, this is why you got to have these things, and this is why I make these recommendations and stuff, because it's bigger than just about looking good, you know what I'm saying? It's bigger than just about your outward appearance. It's about having a good life, quality of life with quantity of life, should go hand in hand. And a lot of these sciences and a lot of these spiritual enlightening understandings have been lost because of all the confusion with the news, with the way that we live our lives, living in these little boxes, working in the same environments, the stress of living in the cities, the stress of day-to-day activity, the expectations of being in that same rat race and that system. So our ancestors had some very, very useful knowledge because they survived in some very harsh conditions, from ice ages to in the sun, the baking heat, looking for food. they had to have some intestinal fortitude. There were a lot of more issues other than pain, electric, gas, light bill. Not saying that there aren't issues. They had to worry about other animals eating them, knowing when to go to these particular places to hunt for food, migrating until they turned into an agricultural type situation, and hence the stress that they cause on our body, the stress of working out, the stress of even everyday life is something that can strengthen and build up your system to function well, but you still have to take the things in, and you still have to understand the process, and not even if on a scientific level, but just on a level of the things that makes you feel good and doing the things that's right to make sure that you have mental health, spiritual health, and physical health. I hope this helped. If you can't contact me, I do have some more detail about some of this information. There's some great research. There's some Harvard studies. There's all kinds of different studies. There's this guy that I was watching all day. I researched for the most part in between clients on this guy who they call the Iceman. He's on YouTube. Check out some of his videos, man. He got some groundbreaking work on breathing. I use some of his practices. I've discovered some along the way with exercising and performing and stuff like that. That, you know, he's been able to basically not get sick and, you know, be able to control his lymph nodes and body system, depression. I mean, he got some great stuff going on. The science been testing it. They were saying, oh, it's just you. You're an enigma. You just did it. But he's teaching other people his practices and stuff like that. And they've been having some great enlightening discoveries with, you know, just taking in full breaths and breathing patterns and dealing with depression and other things and stuff like that. So this is a vast field, and there's a vast amount of knowledge, and hopefully I hope everyone get involved in this, because then there's more minds thinking of how to heal the world from the inside out, and be complete from the inside out. And then you'll be able to share information with me. I share my information with you. And we can help to improve and bring everyone up to a mental, physical, and spiritual health level that I think that we as Homo sapien human beings, original man, really deserve in this existence. My name is Lamont Gilchrist. Thanks.